Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks. I've wanted to do this sort of thing for quite some time, where I explain little behind the scenes stuff about why something continues on the channel a certain way, or why I stop something on the channel for some reason or another. And it may be its own series, may have like title, whatever, to tie it all together, but this is behind the scenes basically. So every so often, there are things I do on the channel that either get picked up and are continued for some time, or every so often, and don't really have an explanation in the video about it. And one of those things that I would say is about to put a certain phrase in the comments. Every so often when I make a longer video, I will have something that I put in there to say, let me know what your comments are and feedback about a certain thing we talk about, and to type something with your comment. It's normally a 2-word phrase that has a color and some object that is related to it. For example, today's video had orange basketball. And the reason why I ask about that for the comment section, I know that people choose not to do that, but the reason why I ask about it for the comment section to include that with your comment is for me to indicate, yes, this person watched the video all the way through. Because it's usually at the very tail end of a video when I say that sort of thing. It's usually made up on the spot. There's really no rhyme or reason to what I choose and what order it is. I try to make it 2 or 3 words because I want it to be something that's like definitive, something that isn't done by accident, and something that would indicate a person has watched a video all the way to this point and understood what's been going on through then and tried to put that in their feedback. I don't want it to be something that by accident somebody talks about. I mean, for this video that went up today, there's some chance, but not much, that it would be an accident. For orange basketball, I mean, unless you're talking about it for the specific set that I showed in there, that was a basketball set. I don't think a lot of people are going to say the orange basketball, blah blah blah, and talk about that set for some reason. I think orange basketball, first of all, is just redundant. A lot of times a basketball is orange, even though they do have some color variants. A standard basketball would be orange. You don't have to really say it. So I feel like that was okay for the phrasing, because it's like, this is something that seems like, okay, people will type this intentionally because I asked them to. This is something that says, hey, I watched the video to this point. That's an indicator for me so that I know if I should keep making the longer form content like I do, or if I should try to narrow things down. It's a kind of indicator of like how many people that have commented and want to respond about the video do want like that deeper discussion. And I could easily chop that down a little bit more. I actually took 2 or 3 tries to make that video, but I still went like 13 minutes on it. I originally went like 7 minutes or so, or maybe 9 minutes or so, before I thought that's maybe too long. And then I make something that's twice as long. Yeah, that's kind of it's not the best thing. But it's like, I wanted to get a little bit more out of it. And I didn't really do any editing to it. You can clearly see that my editing style has changed from video to video. And that's because I thought it was just good to flow through it. Like, I knew what I was going to talk about next in some capacity, just not for how long. So, even with this video, it's 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes at this point. And didn't really need to say all that. Nah, probably not. But I wanted to kind of explain that because it's something that I don't really mention in those videos, but I do want to understand that. I think the views would also be an indicator of that, or even the comments themselves, just on their own, of like how many people were interested in the video. But I've had a rough time with the algorithm and the analytics through YouTube, and for a long time, the audience retention, according to my main channel, Maniac for Bricks, has been about 2 minutes. Like, rounding it up. So I think it says like 1 minute 50 seconds or something like that. And it's like, that's not great. I don't make a lot of videos that are 2 minutes long. So there's a lot of things in between that people are skipping over or ditching out on. And I don't know if that's good for, them getting the information they need to, or if I'm just talking for too long. I do ramble, so I get that. And I hope for most people in this video that it makes sense. But yeah, I wanted to explain that kind of thing, and I want to get a better feel for like how long to make a video. I know that there are some tips out there, and I've been watching different YouTube channels that do that sort of stuff, but I want to see it best with my audience. I think the best way for me to tell is who follows me, and how do they respond to the comments and content that I put out there. That's like the most accurate information that I could gather and try to modify in whatever way. So thanks for watching this 5-minute video now on something that took like 2 or 3 seconds in the video to explain, or rather 2 or 3 seconds that I use in the videos and explaining it out. Longer than that. But we'll see you next time with more videos. If you made it to this point, let's try this. If you made it to this point, type purple leaf as part of your comments. We'll see you next time with more videos, and I'll try to do more behind the scenes stuff to explain a little bit more of what I've done in the channel, past, present, and maybe future.